This isn't my first rodeo. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, and if you've come to the place of catchy intros, that's me. Sorry. Okay. Hey, hello. I wanted to do today a video that is like helpful and to the point and sounds clever. So I'm gonna hand it over to, just kidding. No, seriously, it's me. I'm the one who's gonna do the smart all-knowing video. So if you're new here, or maybe even you are not new here, but you either know this spiel or maybe some of it is new to you. I am 50 years old. I'm 50. I know, right? I can't not say that. And I got into cosmetics when I was 19. That is in a professional setting. I did get into cosmetics probably at the age of 4. I put eyeshadow on and just stepped out of my bedroom with blue eyeshadow on. And my family looks at me and goes, "Hey, you did kind of a good job with that." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks." So it wasn't go wash your face. It wasn't, you know, this or that. It was like, "Hey, how do you know how to do that?" And you're 4. So it wasn't encouraged. I didn't go lots of places with makeup on. I started wearing makeup when I was 12 or 13, but I was playing with makeup since very early. I wanted to share with you some of my techniques I learned in the early 90s. Makeup artists, drag queens, photographers, so many people have been doing these methods for decades. So here's mine. These are the things I've been doing. If I have a credit to where I heard them initially, I will provide that because I am not here to steal. Nothing is mine. Nothing is my own. I wanted to start with the early 90s. I was working at Nordstrom. I was working part-time at Nordstrom in cosmetics, and I was putting myself through college at the University of Washington, all in Seattle. I had the privilege of starting at the time, the 1-800 number that you called to order cosmetics from Nordstrom. This had never been done before. In 1992, they started 1-800-7Beauty. And I was the team that started that. I got to go to school for every cosmetic line Nordstrom sold that year. If some of you remember Borghese, if some of you remember Alexandra DeMarkov, Prescriptives, oh my goodness, back when Estee Lauder didn't own everything. So Trish McEvoy came on the scene right around, golly, I want to say it was like 91, 92 when it was sold in stores, maybe even 93. We got a class with the regional artist that was bringing the line to the store. We were the only store for a while, I think, in the Seattle area, or kind of the Washington area. And so she gave us the very first set of, you know, all the Trish McEvoy products and how Trish does the liner. So I'm going to take you through my Trish McEvoy class. So for today's makeup lesson, it's grab, if you have any kind of angled shade brush. You can use this for eyebrows. Maybe it is in an eyebrow kit. You can use it for a liner. So something with a short, slim brush. This is from Drew. This is from Flower Beauty. This is from Drew Barrymore. This is Flower Beauty. This is a under eye primer, and it's supposed to cancel the dark circles, of course, and be a primer for your concealer, which, hello, I just used that from Ulta, that Ulta concealer primer, which I really like. But I'm pulling this out because it reminds me of the consistency of the Trish McEvoy product. And I think she carries something like this now, but it comes in a tube. So I'm going to take the MAC Ochre Paint Pot, soft ochre. This is iconic, right? So you can use this as a shadow. You can use these paints as liners. This soft ochre is pretty much a like all-time under eye, you know what I mean, lid primer. Like, this is the base to smooth out your lids and make them ready to really, really get that shadow to pop. Now, I have been a fan lately of not going too thick on my shadow primer. When you put a white shadow primer down, it's a ton of fun, but it requires you to really put a lot of eyeshadow on top of that if you don't want the white to show through. So it's great to cancel out the veins and discoloration on your eyelids, but only if you're wearing like a full face of makeup, full shadow look. If you want just a little bit, go thin and get some kind of flesh tone that suits your complexion. I am going to take my Wayne Goss eyeshadow palette, and I'm picking this because the black in here is phenomenal. So you don't have to use black. You can use like a dark brown. You can use a charcoal gray. It doesn't have to be matte. It doesn't, you know, you can do what you want. I want to use black today, and I've got my BK Beauty. This is the 208 brush, tiny, tiny, tiny detail brush. So what you want to do is you want to really load up in your black shadow or whatever shadow you're using. And then I just kind of do a little dip on the back of my hand. So I am going to zoom you in. All right, so what you want to do is just look as best you can, press the shadow along the lash. Don't worry if it's perfect. If you need to kind of raise your eyebrow a little to really get in your lashes. I'm used to doing this, so I sort of, you know, if you're not used to sticking a brush in your eyeball, I think holding your lid, if you are not used to touching this area of your eye, and I know we've been taught not to pull, but if you just gently give yourself a little resistance, it will help you from blinking. There's something about the counter pressure that helps you from feeling like you're getting stabbed in the eye. Now, I, as a 20-year-old, would just pull this down, but I don't do a wing. I've always been scared of a wing. You've seen me try. I do a little bit. I show on my Instagram. I do a wing with powder. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just, you can either leave it there. Actually, I'm going to go, I don't start, one other thing I'm going to share. If you noticed, I didn't start at either end. I don't start here because then the concentration of product on the brush is too much. If there's any fallout, it goes right into the corner of your eye and down here in your trough, and it looks not good, then you're cleaning up, right? And even I don't start back here because then I don't have the motion that I want. So I like doing right to left, but I start from the middle. Okay, so now that I am mostly towards the end, I just sketch. And you can do it, there's a number of ways you can do it. You can look down with your mirror, right down here, like, you know, like you're reading a book. I should do that. Okay, so here we go. Got my mirror. Okay. And then that way when you look back up, it doesn't compete with the structure of your eyelid. So let's do it again on the other side. Let's hope I do it as well on the other side. I'm gonna... I know people have told you to look straight ahead when you apply your liner, and that is accurate, yes. But for this case of just applying it along your lash line, it's so much easier if you kind of hold it just sort of not down here, not down like by your chest or your lap, but just kind of chin, maybe throat height. And then you kind of stamp the line. You don't even have to sketch. You can just stamp it. That's why if you're using a really good shadow that you know deposits nice color payoff, yeah. Somehow I did this better. Okay, here we go. I don't know why I do different. Okay. See? See? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I did this for my college graduation. I did this for my wedding. I should do a video on makeup I did for my wedding. I did it in the car, my friend's Subaru Outback, in the front seat, in the rear view, in the sun visor mirror. In 1997. Next. Now you don't have to do the lower lash line. In fact, personally, I like to avoid drawing the lower lash line too neatly. I like to have a more blurred underneath. So either I leave it alone or I will go in later with a shadow or even a cream or maybe even this, but very much subdued. I don't like a line under my eyelids. I like it just a soft cast of shade. All right, so then we're gonna talk, I'm gonna use this palette some more. This is the Wayne Goss palette I'm using is the Imperial Topaz. It's just phenomenal. So, and it's lasted me forever and ever, so I gotta keep using it, you guys. Okay, now I've already placed the shadow. I've got the shadow, the liner, or I should say I've got the cream, the liner. You can see how even it's a little bit with the heat and of my skin and the way my lid is positioned, it is going to kind of transfer a little bit. This shade right here, it's called number 2. Is it number 2? Yeah, it's number 2. It is just a gorgeous, look at that. Look at that. That's so beautiful. She's so pretty. And all you want to do is wear your natural crease, your shadow, where your bone has a space before your eyeball. Yeah. Just do that. Okay, so what that's doing is it gives just a little dimension. So then if you have hooded lids, just maybe a lot of lid real estate, then it doesn't look so flat. That's my problem. If I just put on mascara and go, my lids just look very flat or heavy on my eyes. So what I do is I take just a mid-tone and either I go my whole lid up to about here, or I just use the center kind of crease area and call it good, because then it just, my face has more expression, you know? That's really all we want, right? We just want to express ourselves. Okay, when I started paying attention to my brows, that's when, and that was probably the Clinique counter in 1995. So we were already doing brows because of probably MAC, but not the way, they've changed, right? And that's cool. Brows have trends. Love it. So I've got my ColourPop Skinny Brow Pencil here. It's a great taupe shade. And I'm gonna do the mapping thing that honestly does not ever, I don't know if this will ever change, because your face structure based on where your nose, your eyes, and your brow bone is placed is always going to be utilized to enhance your features the best. So if you just go in and really go in to this corner and then just fill in, you notice how sometimes some brows always just look like they're always surprised, or always kind of like, oh, did she get Botox and her face is just kind of, her brow is frozen that way. It could be that your brows are starting too far into over the eye. So if you use this nose part of your, not this nostril, but the actual thing of your nose, so that you get to where the hair, kind of before the hair starts to grow. Of course, that's different on everybody, because some of you, you know, we have hair here too. I get it. So, and then this is, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do at this point, because everybody has a method. Everybody likes either their brows heavier, wispier, more drawn in, less drawn in. I don't know. You know, so you do you. I will tell you this though, if you want to know it, if you comb your eyebrows down, and then if you like kind of a more drawn in look, and then go along where the hair comes out and goes down. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but then you comb it back up there. And then you kind of just gently right there, fill that in. So it kind of, see that? It's kind of a classic 2000s arch right there. And yes, you can use the corner of your eye or your nose bridge to just kind of finish the tail. Tale as old as time. What was I studying at UW, you ask? Theater. I am going to take a bit of foundation. I'm going to use a sponge because that never goes out of style. Full coverage, light coverage. I've got my Revolution, Revolve, Relove, Super Serum. I still don't know what this is called. My serum foundation, shade F4. And I am going to take a dry makeup sponge because remember when we took the little latex triangle sponges and we put our makeup on like that and we thought we were the coolest ever, and it was like, oh my goodness, we can do this. I feel like a professional. And then if you went and got your makeup done at the Clinique counter, we would use Q-tips. And I'm going to do a little bit of my Milani. I am going to finish with this Beauty Pie. This I think was from last year, maybe even the holiday. It's a quad. It's the face palette. It's gorgeous. Oh, Beauty Pie. See? And I'm going to do that. Final tip, matching your lip liner to your lip, and then you're not going to get that overdrawn, dark, weird line that we did. So the idea is, this is the hard candy. This is called Perfect Match, actually. And now you can line however you want. Do you want to overdraw your line? Do you want to line within your lip line? Outside your lip line? Do what you want. And then fill in your lip with the lip pencil. Not only does this just kind of give you a good definition of your lip, but it actually creates something for the lipstick to stick to, so that when your lipstick wears away, it's not going to just be your lips. It's actually going to be kind of a lip color that gives the illusion of lipstick longer, right? The reason this is helpful is if you're going to wear dark lipstick, then as the lipstick wears away, it won't leave a weird fade. And then also, even if you wanted to wear a lighter shade of lipstick, it's a good layer to give depth. And this is shade Grace from BK Beauty. And you can see it's literally the same shade that I just put on. It's almost like a no lip. Alrighty, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was fun for you. I hope you got something from this, took something with you, and yeah, and if you think this is helpful and you enjoy this content, please support my channel by subscribing. I really appreciate it. It's free. A free subscription. It's better than publishers. It's better than the penny a month music collection subscription. Yep. Or 10 cents. Was it 10 cents? You pay 10 cents and then you're supposed to get like 13 albums by mail order. Okay, thanks everyone. Take care. Leave your questions and comments below in the comments. And I'll leave all the makeup linked in the description box. And I'll see you next time. Bye.